Hi y'all, how's it going? I hope everybody is having a super fantastic and marvelous Monday. I'm definitely doing so. It's not as wonderful and amazing as it sounds, but it's not terrible. There's a lot of stuff in the world to be grateful for, especially during this time. I have a roof over my head, which some people do not. I have food in my fridge and in my pantry. I have a job that's still keeping me on and paying me. So a lot of things to be grateful for. I hope that you take a minute every day to think about the things that you're grateful for and just kind of express gratitude to the world for all the things that you have. So yesterday, also excuse me, I am painting my nails. I wanted to paint my nails, but I also wanted to make this video. Didn't know what to do, so I decided to do both. Also, this is called Royal Hue. It is number 469. Yes, I'm a child. Anyways, this has absolutely nothing to do with a nail tutorial or anything like that, so don't freak out. Don't go away because you don't want to watch that. That's not what's going to happen. I am going to paint my nails while I talk to you, but I'm not going to tell you how. Cool? All right. So yesterday I did a video on mental health. It was 3 things that I think are super important to maintain your mental health. I would tell you what they are, but I'd kind of like you to just go watch the video. So, do that, but I do want to expand on mental health. I got some positive feedback from other people, random strangers, things of that nature. So I wanted to talk more about mental health. So what's funny is the reason that I decided, out of all things, to start with talking about mental health, besides the fact that in the world as of right now, I think a lot of people need to hear stuff like that, because being inside and secluded from your normal daily activities and friends and family and really the whole rest of the world can definitely take a toll on you. And I don't think that enough people are keeping at the forefront of their brain that just because things are happening in the world right now doesn't mean that like your world stops. Like your body still needs just as much attention as it did previously. And I think that some people are like, oh, I gotta work out my abs or whatever, and they're not thinking about the whole picture. So I think that kind of bringing some light to the conversation about mental health is important. But the other predominant reason why I decided to talk about mental health is because I actually, like I said yesterday, I kind of struggle with it a little bit. What's interesting is, I've mentioned this a few times, this is the first time in my life where I'm almost 29. That like hurts my soul to say. I know I'm super young, but still. My watch is wrong sometimes. It says almost there, like to stand up or whatever, like to reach my stand goal. I've been standing, I sat for like 2 seconds. I've been standing for like an hour and a half. Like, I don't think that thing is right. Anyways, what was I saying? God, ADHD sucks. What the hell was I saying? Basically, that so I struggle with this stuff. First time in my life, God, gotta like think about all the things. First time in my life that I am actually fully focusing on myself, like 100% solely focused on me, not anybody else, not fixing anything or anybody except for myself. So, not only do I think that that's super important and wish that I would have done it a lot sooner, but I think that way more people than just me struggle with it and need help through it. And I think this is a really great way for me to get through it as well. What's funny is I used to see a therapist. The first time, my parents actually put me in therapy, I believe before I was 16, put me in therapy. And it was basically like I was forced to go. Both of my parents are now, haven't always been, but they are now preachers. United Methodist preachers. They weren't always preachers. My dad was in print sales and my mom was a teacher for like 22 years. But regardless, I grew up in the church and all that stuff. So they took me to like a Christian psychologist or whatever. And I saw one or two different ones, but the whole like, how do you feel about that? Would you like to play with these blocks? How do those blocks make you feel? Okay, I'm sorry, but I cannot do that. If anybody knows me, they know that is not my style. So I actually, when I turned 16 and got a car, I realized I don't actually have to drive myself to these therapy sessions. I didn't always do that because I thought it was a waste of time. Saw a few different ones throughout my life. Saw 2 or 3 different psychiatrists that I figured, what's funny is psychiatrists and psychologists are supposed to help you and, work through your problems with you. But if you kind of run into the wrong one, you can also hurt yourself in the process. And I figured out I could manipulate my therapist into saying different things that they wanted to hear or needed to hear in order to do X, Y, Z. So if I say this, they'll give me this medication. Or if I say this, then they'll tell me I don't have to come as often, or whatever the case may be. So after a while, I decided, I don't need this. I don't need to go to these. This is stupid. I'm just throwing my money out the window. Not a big deal. I'm just going to stop. So, probably like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe. I don't know. Could it have been that long? Maybe. My dad told me that I should go see this lady named Dale. And he was like, I really think that you would like her. Now, I'm an adult. I can make my own adult decisions, but I'm like, why do you think I should go see her? Like, I was kind of interested in talking to somebody, but like, kind of not. So he said, I think you would really like her. She's not going to bullshit you. She's not going to let you bullshit her. She's going to call you out. And I really think that it would be somebody that you like. I'm like, okay, Dad, whatever. Well, I do trust my dad's opinion very much, so I decided, what the hell, I'll go. So he actually knew her because he and my mom went to see her. When you become a preacher, you basically have to go through like counseling sessions. You have to do individual and marriage counseling if you're married, I guess, because as a preacher, you also give counseling, so you need that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Their school made them go do it or whatever. So I decided, sure, whatever, I'll go see her. And the first several weeks, and I would see her on a weekly basis, the first several weeks, I legit would sit on her couch, cross my arms and be like, just so you know, I don't want to be here. I came just because my dad said I should talk to you. I have zero desire to do this, but I figure I might as well just try, like, whatever. And then I started kind of liking her a little, and then I started kind of liking her a little bit more, and the next thing you know, I was really liking her, and I saw her for 6 or 7 years. Yeah, we had a great relationship. She helped me through a lot of things, helped me through a lot of different relationships and things that have happened. She retired. She retired at the beginning of this year, gave me a hug and everything and was like, hey, I'm really proud of everything that you're doing and XYZ, and I've grown a lot and all that stuff. Now, the great thing about Dale was a few things. Number one, she saw me kind of grow up, if you will, but also she knew my past without me having to tell her my past. So she knew both of my parents. She knew both of my parents on an individual level and them as a couple and their marriage. She knew our family dynamic and its history, which you can go to a therapist and you can tell them your perspective, but she legit got an insider's view of all parties. Like, that is so hard to come by. So I basically told myself, like, I don't want to see anybody else, but I want to continue improving myself. And now that I'm single, live by myself, have a great job, and working on paying off all of my debt and turning my life around, I'm becoming an adult. Yeah, I think that talking through it is going to be very helpful. Kind of, what's the best word? Like, it's almost like getting, somebody said, Gary Vee said this, getting poison out of your body. Gary Vee is not the first person to say that. Lots of people have said it, but I heard him say it the other day, which is kind of what got me thinking about, I don't actually, these are not real glasses. I do wear glasses, but they're not real. Those are blue light glasses for when I stare at screens all day. But anyways, yeah, so he said that, but like, this is almost like a therapy session for me and you kind of walking through my journey with me, but also I hope that you get something out of it. So mental health. I've suffered from depression in the past, and I get anxious sometimes. I really hesitate to say that I have anxiety because I don't live anxiously. I am not always anxious. I don't fear everything around me. I'm just not that way. I'm spastic. I am hyper. I probably definitely have ADHD, but I'm not anxious all the time. I get anxious sometimes, but I wouldn't say that I am always, so saying that I have anxiety, I really struggle with that because I have had anxiety attacks, like whether it's in the middle of the airport, like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna die, on a plane, walking down the street, sitting at my desk at my job, like, that's happened to me. I know it happens to people. I'm not discounting if it happens to you, but I really feel as though, so something I think is super important is that words are super powerful, like beyond comprehension powerful, right? So, I think that's something that's super, super important to remember. It's so, like, what you tell yourself is super important. I was in a relationship for quite a number of years, and something that he did that, God, it bothered me so much, because I believe this wholeheartedly. He would say something like, it's like something bad happened in the morning, like dropped a glass of water or spilled something on the counter, and like, great, now my day's gone to shit. Or saying, I have anxiety, or saying, God, this interview is not going to go well, or like whatever it is. Like, don't say that negative ass shit. Stop saying all of the negative stuff. Do you know why? Because you are speaking it into existence. Literally speaking it into existence. This has been proven time and time again. I am not a scientist. Other scientists have proven it. You have, your brain is like, God, it's freaking amazing. Our brains are spectacularly spectacular. So there's been scientists and therapists and stuff that say, like, get up every morning and speak affirmations into the mirror. Like, stare at yourself and be like, you are strong, you are powerful, you are mighty. I like saying that. You are beautiful, you are smart, you are fill in the blank, right? Number one, you don't have to do it in front of the mirror, in case anybody was wondering, but it is. So you're speaking that stuff into existence. So you say it over and over again, and you're making yourself believe it. So if you say, so my ex would say all the time, towards the end, you don't love me. Stop saying that. Number one, don't ever tell yourself something that's the perspective of somebody else, right? So like saying, my mom doesn't love me. My dad hates me. If your mom said, I don't love you, fine. You don't need to repeat it to yourself. If she didn't say that, stop freaking saying it. Point blank. Don't tell yourself something else that nobody else said. Nobody else said it, right? So tell yourself happy, positive things. Words are very, very, very important. I firmly believe that. Firmly. I feel like I've kind of gone off on a lot of different things, but we'll keep going with this for a second. So you could tell yourself, like, whatever you want, really. You are okay. You are smart. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you can say you are, but you could just walk down the street saying, I am great. Today is going to be a great day. I had surgery last year, and I actually had surgery like on my belly button. Well, they went through I had a laparoscopy? I don't know, something like that. But I needed to go like walking around and make sure that I stayed active and stuff to basically jumpstart the healing process, right? So I would walk. It hurt. I did not like it. But I made up a song. Says, I'm going on a walk. Oh, no, it starts, I'm gonna be okay. I'm going on a walk. I'm gonna heal and be all better soon. I'm doing really good. I'm going on a walk. I'm gonna heal and be all better soon. I'm doing really good. I'm going on a walk. I'm gonna heal and be all better soon. And you say that to yourself over and over again. You start to believe it. Great things happen. So I think that it's very, very important to give yourself positive reinforcement, positive affirmations every day. I don't even remember, I've been talking for 19 minutes. I don't even remember where I started, where we are now. I have mentioned a few times that I have ADHD. So obviously these things will kind of be a little everywhere. So just bear with me. But basically I'm going to use these videos, I know I said this before, as a little therapy session and to give you a little bit of insight into into my brain and how things work, and maybe, just maybe, something that I say will light a fire under you as well. What's interesting is, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning or not, so if I did, I'm sorry, but I think it's important for you to know the challenges that, you know how people say, like, don't judge people because you have no idea what's happening with them. So, like, I have a problem sometimes with my anger, right? I have anger. Sometimes it gets the best of me. And it's not necessarily because I am actually, like, I'm not actually angry most of the time. It has something to do with something else. I'm sad about something. I'm upset for whatever reason, but there's something definitely deeper rooted. I'm used to being angry. That's a big one. Used to being angry is something that I'm really trying to work on and get through. I just, for the longest time, and I mean the longest time, I would just get angry. And more so, sometimes as like a defense mechanism, I guess. Other times because I was legit used to it. Like, just used to being angry. So that's just what you do. We don't talk about it. We just get angry, right? And when I say we, I mean me. So that's something that I'm definitely I wonder if y'all heard that. That's something that I'm definitely trying to work on and work through, is the anger portion of things, right? So I think that something that would be super helpful, because we literally just talked about it, is the positive affirmation thing, right? So saying to myself, number one, I really got to practice breathing. I think that's super, super helpful, is breathing. So I used to smoke cigarettes, right? I know, gross. But I did. I smoked cigarettes, and I would get angry, and I'd go outside and smoke a cigarette. So, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, but I'm gonna ask, do you know what you're doing when you're smoking a cigarette? This is not a trick question. Not a trick question at all. You're literally stopping what you are doing, and you are taking deep breaths. You are breathing in and breathing out. Normally it's pretty consistent. The breath in is the same length as the breath out. And you're sitting there doing that anywhere from, depending on how fast you smoke a cigarette, 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how many cigarettes you smoke in that one particular time. Maybe you're chain smoking and it's anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes. Like, shit, let's be real. That's basically the same as like meditating. You're stopping what you're doing. You're taking deep breaths in and exhaling out. Like, literally just now, I took a deep breath in and I exhaled it out, and I legit felt like slightly calmer. It's weird. But that shit works, right? So, I'm working on trying to, now when I say I'm working on my anger, I'm not like a raging angerholic or whatever. That's not a thing. Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't go to like anger management classes. I don't have holes in my walls because I'm throwing things, but like every once in a while I get angry at inappropriate times. So like maybe it's at work or maybe it's at the grocery store, or whatever the case may be. And when I say inappropriate times, I mean like literally the only reason that I'm angry is just because I'm freaking angry. Like, get over it. Small potatoes, right? So I want to work on that. And I think that these two things are going to help: positive affirmations and breathing. So whether you are anxious, or maybe you're going through a little bout of sadness, so you're depressed, in a depressive state, you're super angry at something, whatever the case may be, stop for a second. We're gonna say, I am okay. I am stronger than this situation. I am okay. I am stronger than this situation. And then just breathe in and breathe out. And do it again. I am okay. I am stronger than this situation. Just breathing in and out legit makes me feel calmer. It's weird. So yeah, I like the threes thing. So I'm gonna add a third thing in that I used to do, and I don't really know why I stopped, but it was super helpful. I remember I really liked doing it, but it's writing or journaling or whatever you want to call it, right? So, number one, my mom is a writer. And not like, she's not like a novelist, okay? At least not right now. I believe one day she will make children's books. In my personal opinion, which she can do whatever she wants with her life, but I personally think that she was born to make children's books, like Christian children's books, because she'd probably like that. I legit think that that's what she will do. She can draw and she can write like nobody's business. I got a little bit of that from her, but I don't write as well as she does, but she definitely writes phenomenally. So I used to write. I have a bazillion different journals that I've written in, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I really need to pick it back up. I would like to say that I'll start doing it every day. Who knows if that'll actually happen or not. I am going to try, but I think what's even more important is that if and when I do feel angry, number one, stopping, saying to myself, I am okay. I am stronger than this situation. Breathing in and breathing out, but then also picking up a pen and a freaking Post-it note or a journal somewhere and writing down like what I feel right now, what I'm angry about right now. Are my feelings valid? Is it okay for me to feel this much anger and frustration because there's a ridiculous line outside of H-E-B? That's a grocery store in Texas, in case y'all didn't know. Well, if I went to H-E-B at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, why wouldn't there be that many people at H-E-B? You know what I mean? Like, really analyzing the situation and figuring out, like, am I valid to feel this way? Now I sound like a freaking therapist. That's weird. But legit, like, there's a bear running after me. Hell yeah, I'm valid to feel angry or whatever I feel. There's a guy taking a bat to my car. That's a really bad, a really bad example. If a guy is taking a bat to my car, not good. Anyways, you know what I mean. So, three things. I don't know why it's so hard for me to count to three. Every time I want to do four. Maybe I should be doing four things. Anyways, three. I don't know why I can't do that right now. Three things that I'm going to start doing to help with my anger. I have a lot of things that I need to like work through. I don't even know. I can't believe that I'm actually going to post this out there for the whole world to see. I just started thinking about that and got a little, whew. Okay. Three things I'm gonna start doing to help work on and process my anger when I have it so that I move forward and don't carry around that negativity. Thing number one, I'm going to stop for a second and say, I am okay. I am stronger than this situation. Then, number two, I'm gonna take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, probably repeat that little affirmation of I am okay, I am stronger than this situation. And then, number three, I am going to write it out. Write it out. Write out my feelings and frustration. Yeah, I think that will be very helpful. Telling myself it's okay, stronger than the situation, taking deep breaths in and out, writing it down. Those three things I think are definitely important. And don't think that I'm like angry all the time. I don't know why I'm telling you don't think that I'm angry all the time. It doesn't really matter what you think. I'm doing this for me. You're just watching it. I hope that you get something out of it though. But that's what I'm gonna start working on is positive affirmation when you're going through something, because you can get through it. Breathing in and out, because that's super important, also healthy to just live. Writing it out, very, very important. Positive affirmations, breathing in and out, writing it out, helping myself. I want to be a more calm, centered, positive person. That starts within me. That starts, I would say today, but it's already started, but every day I can continue. Yeah. I probably talked about 50 million things in this video. I hope you found it helpful in some way or another. I would really, 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 really like it if you subscribed to my channel up there, liked it, commented on it, or shared it down there. Yeah. I hope you'll have a great and wonderful day. I really, really do. Yeah. Bye, guys. Thanks, and I'm super grateful for you for watching this.